this is Shay Veronica, and I don't know if you've heard of this dance plague where people who danced themselves to death in the French city of Strasbourg, and they danced uncontrollably for days. They danced without shame, even though they knew they were going to make themselves sick. But before this dance plague happened, they report that there was a streak of light in the sky, and that light in the sky caused floods and extreme cold and extreme heat and extreme hunger. And whereas one person got up in the street and danced, it so happens that after a week, others followed her. Hundreds of people followed her, and many of them danced until they dropped dead. Now, they call it a dance plague, and as quickly as it started, 2 months later, they reported it was gone from the city. This is now the French city of Strasbourg. But when you hear of people who like to dance at every carnival, at every festival, are they exhibiting signs of being infected with something? I remember someone telling me that they danced so viciously and so violently during a crop over season that when they woke up, they found themselves propped up in a graveyard on someone's grave, and someone was giving them smelling salts, and they laugh about it. It's something now you look back on, and they would tell you that story, and they would laugh about it. But when you see people doing things that should be something they should be ashamed of, there are certain things that you do to the point where you should exhibit some sort of shame, and they do it, and they go to work the next day. You may go into the bank and you recognize this person as doing that thing the day before, and they exhibit no shame. There's no shame. Are these people exhibiting some sort of mental illness when they do these things? Because you cannot look at one event and not tie it in to present day events. There are times where people just live to party. They live to fat. And if the plague, which happened in 1518, if that was considered a plague where people danced until they died or got very ill, when you look at it now in this modern day, in this modern time, and people will go out and party and get drunk and get wasted, are they under a similar plague? Are they under some sort of sickness, mental illness? You see, you have to bring the past. Yes, you don't have to relive it, but you have to look at things that happened in the past and prop them up, compare them with what is happening in the future, in the now. And sometimes if you can see that the same thing that happened then is happening now, it shows that whatever existed then is still with you now. It's still here. It didn't go away. And I don't know if you can make it go away by exhibiting different sorts of behaviors, but a lot of things that existed in the past, they're still here. They didn't go anywhere. People are still behaving like the people back there that had the dance plague. But now they may be using alcohol, they may be using drugs of choice, whatever, but they live to party. And when they party hard. Some people start out partially dressed, going to a party, and by the time they're done, they're fully disrobed, and they have no shame. They show up the Monday morning and they go to work and they perform at their job. They just do what they need to do. They're very good at what they do. They don't skip a beat from what they're supposed to be doing. And the night before, they were exhibiting signs of being under a plague. Sherry Veronica.